Our instinctual automatic brain was wired ages ago to decide in a split second whether someone we met was a threat. What is signal stripping? Signal stripping is a term I came up with back in 2016 to explain the differing dynamics of different customer service channels. The signals I'm referring to are what we've labeled human signals, and they just mean the many communication signals that humans send and read that are not the actual words delivered. In our customer experience, advisory, and customer service training, we found this understanding of how humans are wired to interact with one another is essential to being successful on different customer service channels. Here's the deal. We are wired for the savannah to some degree. We still have K-person brains. We're designed to detect lack or attack, scarcity or threat. We're wired to read other people, to read their body language, their tone of voice, their facial expressions. Mostly so we can determine if they are a threat or not. Our instinctual automatic brain was wired ages ago to decide in a split second whether someone we met was a threat. And we see that wiring at play today in the many studies showing how quickly and automatically we form first impressions. In fact, we are still so good at reading human signals that one study actually showed that we can not only detect a smile on the phone, but can differentiate between different types of smile. So, what does this mean for us and customer service? It means that as we work our way down the channels from face-to-face interactions to text-based or textual, many of these human signals are stripped away. And when these human signals are stripped away, there is more opportunity for us to be unclear in our communication and for our message to be misunderstood. Of course, this doesn't mean that just because we're face-to-face that someone will understand us. If that were true, police officers wouldn't be called to break up fights every night of the week. What it does mean is that our odds of miscommunication, of being misunderstood, they increase every time we move down the channel chain. We're less likely to be understood. We're more likely to be misunderstood due to the lack of signals in certain channels. Now, one of the big focuses in many of our customer service trainings is working with these channel dynamics. How do teams account for the different ways to interact in chat or email, on phone or video, or in person? With all the talk about omnichannel service, what sometimes gets lost is the importance of tweaking communication, including word choice and timing for the specific channel. As mentioned, this is a topic we can spend hours on in training, but for this quick video, I just want to share one principle that you can use to better communicate with this dynamic in mind. And it's simply this: the fewer human signals you have, the more you have to make up for those lack of signals by giving context to your communication. Now, some nuance. First of all, the stakes matter. The significance of what is being communicated about, married with the degree of tension in the interaction, should dictate how much effort one puts into the communication. If the customer is upset and you're sending an email, you have to take more care with your language. Now, let's put aside the fact whether or not you should be using an email at all. Some customer-facing teams have no choice. If you're just breaking down something operationally in an email, okay, cool. You're not working through a problem, the client relationship's good, you've been communicating with them regularly, then you don't have to spend a lot of time giving context. But if you're doing issue resolution, you have an upset customer and you're using email as a channel, you have to give significant thought to your language and word choice. You've got to make sure your communication is not misinterpreted. Wow, so you have to communicate more carefully with an upset customer. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Now here's the thing, it's one thing to know that intellectually, it's another to execute it professionally. Carefully worded textual communication takes time and energy, and that's why we've all received a lot of emails in our lives that have made situations worse, not better. In fact, in our training, often we explore how easy it is to miscommunicate in all these channels. It's just easier when you've stripped away many of the human signals we use to convey things like understanding, kindness, empathy. All right, well, I hope this idea of signal stripping can help you think differently about your channel dynamics and how you approach customer service on different channels, and help your team successfully navigate those interactions. Of course, if you ever want to get in-depth on this topic, feel free to reach out to me, Adam Toporek, at customersatsick.com, where we can help your frontline teams be heroes to your customers and help you and your organization win with experience.